This is one of the best grills ever made, and you should go buy one. This is a Weber grill 3-burner from the 90s, and I have finally found one in red. Now, I know none of you care about this at all, but let me show you why these things are the best grills ever made. First of all, the 3 burners are horizontal. They travel this way. There's 1, 2, and 3. Instead of all the new grills, the knobs are in front and they travel this way, and there's usually only 3. So there's so much more coverage. And the old ones had more flavorizer bars. There were 5 going this way, and I believe 7 going this way. And that cuts down on flare-ups and all that good stuff. It evens out the heat a lot better too. Now this one in particular is in the best shape I've ever seen it. It is missing 2 of the flavorizer bars, but I can replace those. The grates are aftermarket, but they seem pretty good actually. That's original wood. The propane tank hanger still works. It's got this gauge on the side for when it's full or empty. As the weight drops, it goes to empty. Now this is the fail point on the grill, and it was engineered to fail. This porcelain catch a lot of times gets dinged and starts to rust. This is the best shape I've ever seen one in. They were made with this false bottom, and this whole thing is cast aluminum so it can't rust, and that catch that I just showed you takes all the abuse. Now to clean these up, this is not chipping paint. This is grease buildup. The porcelain is in perfect condition. You can take a razor blade and scrape this as aggressively as you want. And when you're done, it'll shine. This is actually really clean. You can see the greasy trail there, but this is perfectly clean. It's dirty with a little bit of grease. This is caked on grease. That's the difference. But it's not peeling paint or rusting metal or anything like that. It's just the grease that collects over the years and then starts to peel like paint. Now, this is the most I've spent on any old Weber grill, and I spent $80. All right, so maybe I have a problem, but look at these. Look at that. This is not one I use normally. It's extra. I know, the other one's extra too. Now, in a previous house, I had 8 of these, and like 2 of them were good, and the others I used for parts, but I got a lot of them for free and some for like $10 or $20. So this one in particular is missing the regulator hose that goes from here to here. Sorry, here to here. This is the one I use on a daily basis almost. It's the same green one as this, and it's in great shape too. I do have some charcoal Webers. There's one right there. All right, so if you're going to go buy one of these and you see them on Facebook or Craigslist, here's the components that you need to count almost. First off, just make sure the whole thing looks like a grill. Make sure it's not dinged up. There's, a grate or wood slats down there. These things are functional. Even if they're not functional, you could fix them or something like that. But as long as this thing hasn't been backed into. Next, check that there's a regulator hose on it. This is simply not important. It's just cool. So don't worry about this. Even if this is completely rusted and seized up, there's a spider on there, you put your tank on the floor. Check the catch here. Make sure it's functional. If it's not a big deal. You can always put like a tray down, like one of those tin trays down here. That's a little rigged up, but it'll work. Now here's some money. If the grates are bad, I'm guessing maybe $50 for legit grates. If the flavorizer bars are all bad, I think that's like $80 or $90 for a whole set. Because there were so many with these old ones, they were more expensive. Take all of this out though, and check that the burners are in good shape. I'm not going to do that right now, but it's just tubing with holes in it, and make sure they're not cracked. There's a transfer bar that's really thin, and that transfer bar takes the fire from the first burner all the way back to the other 2 burners. That can be crushed and destroyed a lot because it's so thin. None of those things are deal breakers, but look up prices of those parts and just know what you're getting into. But this thing is better than any 3-burner on the market today. I guarantee it. You cannot beat the quality of this grill. The fact that there's so many of those flavorizer bars really evens out the heat across your grill really, really well, and just it cooks your food better. Now, if you think I'm crazy, that's fine, but I'm not the only one. Just Google Weber Restorations. This is like has a cult following. They just never die, and they're good grills. Oh, and if you think $80 is a lot, that came with it.